Hello and welcome everyone. We're happy to be together again. In this section, we are going to talk about this 3D multi-dimension database. Basically, the 3D multi-dimension database offers us three different concepts: the presentations, configurations, and revisions. First of all, the presentation is the possibility how you can view your single line diagram on Etap. On the other hand, the configuration allow you to vary the engineering components. Also, we are going to talk about in this section about revisions and how we can add revision control. Okay, let's begin. First of all, before we start with anything, let's add a single line diagram. Let's talk about the single line diagram consists of power grid. We have two bus bars like this. Also, we have two transformers, transformer 1 right there and transformer 2 right there. This bus bar is supplying these two transformers like that. Like that and like that. This bus bar is going to supply two loads and this bus bar is going to supply two loads. This bus bar is going to supply two motors, induction motors. This is our first motor and this is our second motor. On this hand, we will have two different loads, one lumped load and one static load. Here we go. The first of all, you have here a power grid. This power grid actually working off rating 13.8 kilovolt and megavolt ampere short circuit of 1250 megavolt ampere short circuit and X over R of 20. And let's press OK. After that, this transformer is similar to this transformer, both of them having the rating of 13.8 reduced to 4.16 kilovolt with a rating of 5 megavolt ampere with impedance typical Z and X over R. Same right there for this transformer, transformer 2, the same in everything, 4.16. And the megavolt ampere is 5 megavolt ampere, and the impedance typical Z and X over R and typical values for short circuit. We will have two high voltages around each transformer. This transformer will have two circuit breakers, and also this transformer will have another two circuit breakers. We will have for each load also another circuit breaker. This one. And also this one. Okay, as you can see it right there. Let's bring all of that down to this point like that. Now let's enter the data for this motors. The nameplate for this motor is 100 horsepower. 100 horsepower. Okay, according to NEC, we are going to select NEC types. You can see everything like that. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to see motor 1. Motor 1 nameplate is going to be 50 horsepower. Also is going to be according to NEC. For the static load, we are going to have 500 kilovolt. 500 kilovolt ampere. 500 kilovolt ampere. This is 500 kilovolt ampere. Static load. We are going to keep the power factor as 95% and press OK. And here we have another load. We have this load about 750 kilovolt ampere and the power factor of 85 and like that. Okay. After we created our single line diagram, what we want actually to show is the presentations. As you can see, we have here a single presentation which called one line view number 1. You have the option to change the one line view name from right there, this presentation name, by double click on it at any place of the one line view page and change the name as you want. Let's say you want to change it as first presentation or first one line view, for example. Okay, and press OK. Once I press OK, you can see the presentation name has been changed like that. If you want to add multiple presentation, all you need to do is to press from right there, new presentation. From right there, you will be allowed to create a new presentation. Remember, the presentation will be copied from the original presentation, which is the first one-line view. Please understand that it was going to create a new presentation based on these connections. Let's say, for example, if you added any circuit breaker, let's say you added a circuit breaker connected between bus bar 2 and bus bar 3, like that, and rotated by, let's say we are going to rotate it by 90 degrees, for example, and connect this bus bar between these two bus bars like that, and press create, the new one-line view or the new presentation is going to be created, including the circuit breaker 9, all components. Let's name this new presentation second one-line view, all V, and press OK. As you can see, once I created the new one-line view, you can see now we have two different presentations. The first one is one-line view. The second one is the second one-line view. You can show both presentation at the same time by going to Window and tie vertically. As you can see, now we have showing the first presentation, which is called first OLV. We're also showing the second presentation, which is called second OLV. You can see both of them right there. You can also fit the entire things using pressing at any place of the one-line view. Then go to this icon, which is called zoom to fit. Like that, you can show the entire one-line view. The same right there, you can do the same by like that. You can fit both of them. You can reduce this place like that and go to back to Window and press tie vertically. You can also zoom like that and the same like that. Okay. Let's select all of that and press like that. Okay. The main concept of presentation will help you to understand two different things at the same time. But you will need also to understand whatever change in one-line view, this one-line view, will be changed in this one-line view if it's new things to be added. For example, let's add a new transformer, for example, in this one-line view. Once I added the new transformer, you can see it has been added like there. The same, if you deleted this transformer, it will be deleted from the other one-line view. The same, you have the option to add right there in the second one-line view. It will be added in the same place of the second and with the same cable ID. Like that. If you delete it, it will be deleted from the post. Why do we need the presentation if there is the same everything? You can use the presentation to show different things at the same time. For example, showing the first one-line view for load flow and the second one-line view to show the short circuit analysis. Let's see it. For first one-line view, let's go to load flow analysis and press load flow and create the first load flow. Let's call it 1LF. This is going to be for the first presentation, or which is called first OLV. You can see it right there. This is the first. Let's see the second. You can do it for it. Let's say instead of having the load flow on the right side, let's use a fault short circuit in the left side. So I'm going to select the second one line view, then go to short circuit tab. Now you will need to fault any of these bus bars. Let's fault this bus bar, for example. Let's try to fault it. As you can see, it has been faulted. Now you can run 6909. Let's name it to short circuit to SCC. Wait for it. It's going to take some time to run. Let's fit the interesting to see both of them. Try vertically. You can see both of them. Like that. This is the short circuit. This is the load flow. You can see here the load flow for the first one line view. And here you can find here the second one line view having the short circuit. You can see it has been reversed. Okay. You can see both of them like that. What I need also to understand, what is going to happen if I want to change any parameter for any elements. Let's say, for example, you want to change the parameter of the transformer 1, for example. But this one is going to be with different ratings. Let's say, for example, this transformer will be running a rating of 4 megavolt ampere, and also is going to have another impedance. Let's reduce it. Instead of 4 mega, let's make it 2 mega volt ampere, and go to impedance and change the typical values. You can see we have changed it for the second one, and see what's going to happen for, you can see this is the second one line view. If we went to the first one line view transformer 1 and went to the impedance, you can see also it has been changed. So whatever is being changed in this one line view will be changed in this one line view also. Another method to create your own presentation is by going on the left side from the system manager. This is our system manager. You can open it or close it as you want, or from the keyboard click F2. Then go to something called multi-dimension database. When we open the multi-dimension database, you will show the 3D database of this project. You can see inside it the configuration, presentations, and study case. If you go to the presentations, you will find in one line view 2 different presentations. The first one, which is called the first one line view, you can see it right there, is called the first one line view, and this is the second one line view. You have the option to purge it. The definition of purging any database is by deleting this presentations. Let's say I'm gonna delete the presentation of the second one line view by right click and press purge. Once I press purge, you can see purge the second one line view permanently. Once I press yes, this second one line view will be deleted from right there. As you can see, it has been deleted, and also it has been deleted from right there. You can add another one from right click right there and create a new one. You can name it whatever you want. Let's name it second one line view again to create it again. Another thing you can do using the one line view is to create a multiple one line view. You can create a multiple. Let's add the third one line view. And show all of the 3 at the same time. Like that. From window and tie vertically, you can show all the 3 at the same times. One for the load flow. Let's say the first is going to be for the load flow, the first one line view. Let's tie vertically to make this one is first, this one is second, this one is the third. Okay, the first one will be for load flow. Second one will be for short circuit for busbar 2. Let's name it VV, for example. This is the short circuit for this cable. And here for the third one, let's add a short circuit analysis, but instead of busbar 2, let's try it for another busbar. So I'm gonna unfold this busbar 2. As you can see, once I unfolded the busbar 2, it has been unfolded for all of them. So you only allowed to do only one thing in each one line view. So you cannot do short circuit analysis right there and the same right there. We are going to talk about how we can do different short circuit at the same time in the next lectures using configurations and presentation and revisions. But we are going to talk about the presentation only. So I'm going to fold it back and also run the short circuit right there. For the second one. For the third one, let's do the arc flash. You can do the arc flash analysis for any busbar you want right there. Let's choose whatever busbar. Let's make this busbar instead for right there for arc flash. As you can see, in the arc flash, you can fold another busbar because we are using another configuration running, which is the arc flash. Okay, now you can run the arc flash analysis easily like that. Of course, you will need to add the circuit breaker tripping time for this busbar to get the arc flash. But you know the concept at all times. As you can see, we have run it the arc flash analysis. Of course, we haven't added the fault clearing time because this circuit breaker, we have not added any data for it. You can add the fault clearing time as you want. Let's say it's going to be constant time so we don't depend on the protection devices to clear the fault. You can use this. Okay, now go back to right there and run the load flow for this one. And here we are running the short circuit. And run here the arc flash to see what's going to happen. Remember, any change at any component will reflect in all three one-line views. As you can see, we have here arc flash for busbar 3, and we have short circuit for busbar 2, and also we have at the same time load flow in the right place. You can do different things at the same time. Okay, guys, today we have understood how we can create presentations and how we can do different things at the same time. Thank you for watching. See you in the next lecture. Have a great day. Bye-bye.